The Netball Show with Flyhawk, raising the bar for netball and women's sport.
Hi, I'm Chloe and welcome to The Netball Show with Flyhawk. Today we are joined by none other than Georgia Rowe from 7 Stars. Georgia, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm very well. I'm good. I'm very good today. The sun is out. It's beautiful here in Wales. So yeah, happy Georgia today.
Happy Georgia, and also first win on the board. How does that feel?
Finally. It feels relieving, actually. We had some really tough losses, which is obviously really difficult to begin a season with. So good to get a first win. A little bit bittersweet because we followed it up then with another loss against Bar. But we've made some really good strides. So we've come away from this weekend feeling really positive, which is good.
I was going to say, because for those of us watching, we're trying to understand where you are at as a club, because obviously you've had a tough start. And I was looking back at some of those losses, and the one against Thunder was pretty brutal. It was sort of similar to like how Pulse did. And where you were last year, obviously, how do you explain it? Can you explain it, or is it just move on, forget it, and look ahead?
I think we've all, as a team, we are struggling to identify where we've gone wrong the last couple of games. Obviously, we won the Storm game, but the rest of them, we've really felt like we could have done better and we deserved better. It's been quite a confusing start because last year we finished really strong, having an amazing performance against Wasps. We were hoping, I think, to just go into the season like on the same foot, like everything was just going to click like it did so early on last season, which is quite unrealistic. We've got some new players, we've got some younger players. It is it's not the same team as last year, although we've retained quite a lot of our players. I think maybe we went into it feeling like we were just going to contend straight away. We were going to be really strong, and obviously that's not how it always goes. So I think it's important for us going forward that we do bin these losses that we've had. We know we can do better. We've had a lot of errors. I think that's the main thing that we're trying to throw away. They're uncharacteristic errors. We're a team that we can keep possession of the ball quite comfortably. So it's hard to put our finger on what it is, but I think we've made a massive step forward. Fingers crossed now going into these next couple of games, we're going to be able to maintain this momentum.
I mean, we'd love to see that. Competitive stars is what we need in this league. Because my other question really was, is it also perhaps that the others have stepped up as well? Because looking at a team like Sirens, they're a long time coming, and obviously Tamsin Greenway is somewhere in the background, no doubt pulling strings. But is there a sense to which, because I don't know, maybe it's wrong for me to draw that parallel, but Pulse also had a cracking like 2020 and then slow off the mark like you guys and recorded their first win this week as well. And I wondered if it was perhaps this hangover, or actually the other teams that didn't have such a great 2020 came raring ready for this. But I don't know. I was just from the outside looking in. Yeah,
you could say that. There's been quite a lot of shock results. I think for the last couple of years, there's always been a top four and then the rest at the bottom end of the table. I really don't think it's going to go like that this season. I think, like you said, teams like Pulse and Sirens have, the last couple of games, well, Sirens the whole season really have come out firing. Without sounding like I was prejudging, but Sirens I've never thought of Sirens as a really team that we necessarily had to worry about, and they have completely changed everybody's perspective. That's what we want now going forward. We want teams to fear us a little bit. So fingers crossed now. Everything will keep going the way we want it to go.
And a quick word on your captain. How is she doing with her broken arm?
She's good, bless her. We're really missing her, not just on the court, but just having her presence at trainings. She's good. She's writing in all our WhatsApp groups all the time, bless her. She's missing being on court, and obviously she's an incredible athlete and team member and captain. Nia is stepping up, which is no shock to anybody. But yeah, she's missed. We can't wait to have her back.
The amazing thing about Nia Jones is that when you're watching or streaming the games, there's that fake crowd noise, but you can still hear Nia over that fake crowd noise.
You don't even need that fake crowd when you've got Nia Jones.
Just play Nia. Just have her. We don't have the commentary off. Let's just have it all Nia. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, things would be totally different on court if you didn't have Nia Jones's voice in the background.
Yeah, she's a stalwart. It's like I said, it's so nice to see you guys happier on court as well, looking like you're having fun, because that feels for me like such a difference to watch, and it's great that you're marking these results. So obviously, Georgia, your Stars is one half of your netball life. The other half is Wales, Team Wales. And it's all fallen very quiet with COVID and internationals, and England have been out the gates and recording these internationals. But what are you guys up to? Is there any word when we can expect something?
I think the guidelines here in Wales are a lot different to what they are in England. We're at a bit of a standstill at the moment with Wales. We're hoping things are going to start kicking off really soon. It is at the back of everybody's minds in the Wales squad that obviously England are back training. They've had quite a couple of tri-series. They're training, I don't know their schedule obviously, but they're back training. Scotland have had a couple of sessions. We've got individual programs from our Wales team and management team, which the girls are doing. Thankfully, there's a good handful of us that are in Super League who are lucky enough to be training week in, week out. So I think it's just important for the ones that aren't in Super League to be keeping themselves motivated and making sure that they're doing everything they can. So when we're able to come back, we're all kind of on the same level-ish and ready to go.
Because the Commonwealth Games are obviously, I think, less than 500 days away now. I saw the 500-day mark come along. So the qualifiers must be a huge question for teams sort of outside of that qualifying point. How if you can even do the matches to get into that qualification zone. I don't quite know where, I should have looked at this up before, where Wales sit, if you're in that or not. Do you know?
We are eligible to qualify.
Yep.
We obviously missed out
on the World Cup.
It still pains me to say. We just missed out, which is unfortunate. If we get a chance and if everything is hunky-dory with COVID and we're able to go ahead with qualifiers, we will not be allowing ourselves not to qualify again. So bring it on.
Yeah, we need all our home nations there.
I know.
And I really think this country, the UK netball scene could really benefit from having really competitive home nations. Because netball could be rugby. We could have a tri-nations vibe. It'd be amazing.
Well, yeah, that's what we're aiming for. How amazing would that be?
It would be great. And I think it's really great to see Welsh players scattered around the league as well. So obviously the Strathclyde Sirens hold a lot of their Scotland players, which obviously has its benefits, but you guys are getting, here at Stars and then at Dragons too. It's nice to see that kind of just talent disseminate a bit. It's great.
It is, yeah. And it's good for us. We've got different coaches and we're surrounded by lots of different international players, which I don't think we would get if we were all under the same sort of team in the Super League. There was a point in time where Dragons wanted to try and keep it like a Welsh-based league, which has changed the last couple of years. For the franchise, it's a little bit disappointing maybe that we couldn't keep all the players and try and push on and gain a sense of connection like Sirens have done. But flipping it around, I think it's good that we've all expanded to different teams. We're collecting as much knowledge as we can. We're all being coached by different management. And then hopefully when we all come back together, we can bring everything that we've learned and really work on gelling then together as a team.
So Georgia, if you could have your dream sort of netball career, what's the next stage for you? What does it look like?
I'm really enjoying Super League. I always have done. I love being part of the Super League. I think I'm going steady, which I'm comfortable at the moment. I really want these next couple of years, this season, and maybe the next 2 seasons in Super League, really just trying to build myself as a player. I'm not super comfortable with where I am as a performer at the moment. I feel like I can put out better performances as an individual. I think I can be a hell of a lot stronger, which is something that I'm really working on.
So that squats in the gym kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not the best spotter, I'll be honest. I'm not. Maybe it's the tall jeans. I don't know. Is it a tall person thing? I'm not sure.
I definitely think the best squatters are shorter people. I think that is a thing.
So, yeah, I've got pretty long limbs, which I don't seem to be growing up at the moment. So we'll see. But yeah, long term, I'd love to go further, maybe go over to New Zealand. But that's quite a while away for me, I think, at the moment. I need to be here. I need to be living in the gym. I need to be surrounded by the team that I'm in at the moment. The coach that I've got at the moment is incredible. I'm feeling like I really want to perform. She's a coach that makes me want to perform, which is good. I haven't had that for a long time. So I'm happy. I'm happy where I am at the moment, but I'm definitely looking for opportunity in the next couple of years.
I was going to say, because Melissa obviously is a Kiwi, and when you watch her in an interview, she never seems quite satisfied. Which
she's not. She's always asking for more, but which is good. Which we never. I don't think anybody out there would say that they want a coach that just settles or is satisfied for a good couple of performances.
Yeah, and when you hear her speak, it seems as if she wants more, but there's a respect. It's not just all criticism. Like, she knows that you're capable of it. It doesn't seem unwarranted, which I think is like, you can sense that when you watch it. So that's fantastic to hear. Yeah,
yeah. She's really level-headed. She'll give us one hell of a row if we need it. But then when we've done well, she definitely lets us know that, which is a good balance to have.
And that Kiwi fitness drive that we've seen from Tarua, is that in Melissa as well?
Definitely, 100%. She loves it. She absolutely loves it. She loves seeing us all down on the floor with her head in her hands after each session. She literally thrives on it.
Amazing. And Georgia, when you're not playing netball, and when you've not been playing netball because of COVID, what are you up to? What keeps you going?
Not a lot, to be honest. I'm a bit of an outdoorsy person. I've got a little dog called Cassius who I'm spending most of my lockdown with.
Lockdown is really for the dogs, isn't it? They've just absolutely smashed it.
I know. Cassius is loving life. He literally doesn't go out as much as he ever has during this lockdown. So yeah, other than walking my dog, not much. I have recently just moved out of my family home due to COVID. My dad hasn't been too well, so I've moved out. So I am in a new place now, which is great. I'm standing on my own 2 feet.
Wow.
Cooking and walking a dog. That's it, honestly.
Well, that's all you need. Like netball,
I know.
dog, cooking.
What a perfect life. I know.
And what's the perfect meal?
Oh, I love a pasta dish.
A pasta. Oh, okay.
I love a pasta dish. Nice garlic bread.
No, yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Staple. Yeah, you can't. Well, Georgia, thank you very much for coming on. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
No worries. Thank you for asking.
Hi, this is Shani Layton, and you're listening to The Netball Show.
Active Impact, who are a Gloucester-based inclusion charity, have got their name on the front of the seniors kit and are also Star's headline sponsor for 2021. And we've been speaking to Paige and Nia in their role as ambassadors.
Really, we're just so grateful that actually we've had really good support from a lot of our main sponsors. So we're co-owned by University of Worcester and University of Gloucester, and we're really grateful, obviously, during this time where there's not been a lot of netball to obviously expose them. They still stuck with us and shown us tremendous support, but so generous of Cheltenham College donating that slot, pride of place in the centre of our dresses to such a deserving charity. And Paige and I have been fortunate enough to hang out on Zoom at the minute with some members of the charity and some employers there. So some really exciting plans in the pipeline, even if we can't do them in person. Some really exciting virtual challenges to do as well.
Is that in your role as ambassadors for the charity?
Yeah, we are both ambassadors. Really grateful, like Nia said, for this opportunity for both of us to bring something and give back to a charity.
What kind of fundraising things have you got planned? Are you allowed to share anything?
I don't know if they want to share it so far, but they said that they picked Paige and I based on our personality, so I'm probably thinking it's going to be something quite silly. I don't know if it's anything, but no, hopefully loads of...
You're a consummate professional.
I don't know why they did it. No, but actually the whole charity is just based around inclusion. So just fun for all, no matter, what background you come from, what physical or any other type of impairments that you may have, even that social page. Actually, no, we're really looking forward to meeting the beneficiaries of the charity along with the carers as well.
And near Liana, she bears mentioning, I think, always. How great is it to have someone like Leota on board in your side?
You're asking the right people, because
we're all
fangirl every single Tuesday and Thursday. The best thing about her is she's obviously world class, and I still think she could walk into any international side at a major championship and still probably be the best player on the court. But the best thing about her is that she is so humble. She's so helpful in every single training session. She speaks to the oldest player the same as she speaks to the youngest player. She's so humble. She's an awesome mum and wife. I don't know how she balances everything. So whenever we're feeling a little bit, I don't know, lazy or down, we just think, Liana leaves 5 kids to travel from Manchester to come to this session, so we better bring it. And it's just so cool to have her around, and we're honoured to call her a friend and a teammate.
Yeah, definitely.
In the programme last year, actually, it was a bit embarrassing for this one page, because in pre-season, our manager had asked who our netball idols were, and I'm not sure Paige knew we were going to sign Liana, so it got printed in our official season programme that Liana was Paige's favourite player. And
I tried so hard for Liana not to see it. I think as soon as Nia found out, she showed Liana, and I just wanted to crawl into a hole. But
any cool points Paige thinks she got with Liana there were just gone.
Yeah, so up until now, I'm still just a fangirl that happens to be on the same court as her.
Yeah, I mean, like I just said, like those no-look passes that she was just flinging out like no man's business. It was unreal. One last question while I've got you, and we're trying to move on, outside of football a bit. What are you guys up to in lockdown? Any tips for boredom? Anything you're watching? Anything you're reading? Like, what are you doing?
I would say I'm a bit more of an advocate for Netflix. I think
other platforms are.
I mean, some people love to read or go for 10K runs. I'd say I'm definitely more of a Netflix series watcher. Documentaries. I think The Crown was a good watch. Yeah. Nice, easy watch.
Easy watch. The demise of the royal family and the monarchy is an easy watch.
Easy.
It's dark. For me, I carried on working at my school with the key and vulnerable worker children, so life didn't change that much, but boredom and being away from my teammates was quite hard. I did a lot of outdoor running and some football sessions, which was quite nice to dust off the football boots, but also I found a recorder at school that at the time I didn't clean, so I have tested negative for COVID today, so I must say that the recorder was safe.
Well, it's so good to speak to you both. Thank you very much for coming on. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for having us.
Follow Stars throughout the season. There's 7stars.co.uk online, and you can always send us a DM. We're at The Netball Show on Twitter.
The Netball Show with Flyhawk, raising the bar for netball and women's sport.